I sometimes have fun with our Michigan fans by reminding them that Michigan claims 3 national championships before the forward pass was legal. They tried to take us back to those days last week by throwing for 32 yards, and they still beat USC. They played their recipe to a T, and it was quite a game at the Big House. And now Michigan is going to apparently run this formula by us each and every week. They got Minnesota at home this week as a 9-point dog, and Minnesota just got trampled by an Iowa rushing attack last week. Got Steve Merrill here from WagerTalk.com to help us break this one down, Steve.
Yeah, Minnesota's playing Iowa back-to-back weeks, it appears. Total's 35.5, nothing but running, all defense, very little offense now for Michigan. Who would have thought the Iowa Hawkeyes would have been the tougher offensive challenge last week for Minnesota than this week's defending national champs? I bring that up because I do like the under 35.5. This reminds me a lot of all those Iowa games we talked about last season with the low totals. And these totals are low for a reason. The lowest totals usually go under, the highest totals go over. This was as high as 40 a week ago. And when it opened, the sharp money just smashed the under. We did lose that key number of 37. It's down to 35.5 now, but under is the only way I would play it. We've got a Michigan team that's going to ground and pound, like you said, Mark. There's no question about it. That favors the under. It keeps the clock moving, takes away the big, quick scoring plays that you get with passes. But I think Minnesota's also a little bit offensively challenged this year. If you look, they've put up 17 or less in 2 of their 4 games, 27 or less in 3 of their 4 games, actually 27 or less in all 3 games against FBS opponents. So I do think the Michigan defense can shut them down. My database simulation favors Michigan by 16 points. So there is value at -9. The problem is, do you really trust a team that was a home dog that's now more than a touchdown favorite with a weak offense? So I think the total is probably the best way to go here. And I like under 35.5. By the way, we talked about the Michigan-USC game last week. I mentioned how USC was one of the most public sides I'd ever seen in college football. We saw how that turned out. It's one of the reasons I'd love to fade the public in right spots. This one a little more neutral this week, but I do think there's line value with Michigan. I'm just a little hesitant to lay a big number with an offense like this. I'd prefer to have the under.
You can survey all the team channels here at the Voice of College Football and catch Steve's take on all the big games on the team channels, but you get a better deep dive. And of course, you get a big value with an offer Steve has available this week on WagerTalk.com.
Yeah, it's a free best bet. My best bets daily are $25 per play, but if you use promo code VOICE25 at checkout, you get an instant $25 credit. So go to my page right now, Steve Merrill, wagertalk.com. If you don't have an account, create one for free. Log in, select whatever best bet you'd like, and then use promo code VOICE25 at checkout to get it for free.
Take advantage of that offer right there. It's a free pick from Steve, the $25 value there. Also, on Patreon or as a premium YouTube member, either way, you get Steve's Under the Radar exclusive pick to us here at the Voice of College Football each and every week, as well as my picks and Steve Dace and Matt Zemek as well, right here at the Voice of College Football. College football is even more exciting with some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Let's start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread. I've got a 40-year track record. In fact, in 2023, at $100 played per game, you would have netted over $9,300. And guess what? I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill, our ace in the hole, show stopper from Wager Talk. 6 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly Under the Radar pick, which went 21-5 against the spread the last 2 seasons. I repeat, 21-5 against the spread. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Steve Dace and Matt Zemek. Become a YouTube channel member or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2024 a winner now.